Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Morgan, and I'm here today with Paul
On my channel, Paulogia.
for a special Paul and Morgan episode of Paul and Morgan, because I'm Morgan and he's Paul. So it's the Paul and Morgan show.
That's the joke. We have the same names as the people in the video.
It's great.
I didn't actually know there was a YouTube duo named Paul and Morgan until well after Morgan made her first appearance on Ham and Egg News. Ever since, many people have been requesting that we take them on. Paul and Morgan, are Christians. But they're not exactly the regular, more serious fare that I normally cover here.
I kind of took the lead point on this, as it were.
So, get ready for something quite different. No research. We're winging it.
The two videos that we're going to be doing commentary on today are Paul and Morgan's How to Let a Guy Down Gently plus Chicago vlog. And these are both topics that I'm really fucking excited about for no inexplicable reason, other than the fact that I did just go to Chicago for the first time a couple months ago and it was incredible. But I guess I'm curious how to let a guy down gently. That's a skill that all of us women should have, I guess.
Hey you guys, it's Morgan from the Paul and Morgan Show.
Paul and Morgan, the Paul and Morgan Show. Is that good? That was pretty good. That was pretty bad, but good.
Paul is over in the other room wrapping my Christmas presents.
Hey guys!
Why doesn't that Paul have to be in the room and I do?
So if you hear, disgruntled things.
The obvious sound of a disgruntled man.
Woo, 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 woo.
This is a vlog video with me and Hannah and our trip to Chicago that we took for my birthday trip. It wasn't really my birthday trip, but it was my birthday like a day after we got back.
We went on my birthday trip for my birthday, but not really because it wasn't my birthday. But it was a birthday trip for my birthday on the birthday that it was not on.
Fun fact, the release date of this video is our Morgan's actual birthday. So, happy birthday, Morgan.
The day I was born. Watching Christian videos, as one must.
Right after the vlog ends, I'm going to hop back on here and we are going to discuss very briefly about how to let a guy down gently.
Dun, dun, dun. The secret is, if you're holding him, to make sure that you're holding his feet. So when you do let him down gently, you won't feel as though he's going to fall directly on the floor.
I've had a lot of ladies ask me, like, how do you just tell a guy you're not interested and make it really clear?
Hey, I'm not interested. End credits. Roll credits.
Let's get into the video. No more discussing. Subscribe to this channel. We make Christian
Rather, subscribe to this channel, where a former Christian takes a look at the claims of Christians.
videos on life, love, and dating to help you have hope and be free.
Live life, love, and be free! Morgan. It's funny because I've always been weird about, like, saying my own name. And now that, like, I have to, it's just really awkward. Like, I don't know, I've always been like that. Like, anytime, like, I have to say my name, like, oh, my name's Morgan. It just sounds weird, and I don't know why.
This video today is sponsored by Cosbox. So Cosbox sends out 4 boxes a year on their quarterly subscription service.
I can't help but notice, because, like, I don't know what this is. I haven't seen or heard about Cosbox before, which is, like, the only reason why I'm watching this. And because watching influencers struggle to explain the products that they're trying to sell is a hobby of mine. But she doesn't seem, like, all too interested. Like, Morgan's kind of, like, a little more floaty than I anticipated. I don't know. I want to see, like, some spice eventually. Maybe Paul has spice. It's been a while, but
I'm bringing the spice?
maybe Paul will bring the spice.
Oh, you mean the other Paul.
Next item is the hair vitamin.
We're 4 minutes in and we're still talking about the box. Like, I know what it does, I know what it is, and I think it's cute, but, I want some content, B.
Okay, next. So cute.
Oh my god. Holy shit. That fucking scared me too.
Guys, I scared Squishy so good. She was standing by Morgan's feet and she just...
Wow, that was really mean.
Yeah, no shit, boss.
Mugs. You guys, they send you mugs. Like, literally adorable mugs.
Have you ever just seen a mug and been like, this is literally adorable? Because I have, and it's this one. It's Avery's mug. Cue Avery's mug on screen. Writer's block is a figment of your, like, I need that fucking, like, where can I buy that shit? That's fucking funny. That's my favorite mug of all time. And when you look at it, you're like, wow, that's literally adorable. That's what I say every morning when I get my coffee. So I get it, girl. I get it.
You go to the link in the description below and use that.
Okay, now we're on to the vlog portion of the video, where she talks about going to Chicago with Megan? Her friend Megan? I don't know.
I mean, the whole point of this Paul and Morgan thing was that we have the same names as them. But now their show is Morgan and Megan. And we don't have a Megan.
You have a friend named Megan. I can help.
All right, let's go. So me in the morning, dude. Like, you do anything to me in the morning, like, let me fucking sleep. Dude, you're tripping. Like, I need to sleep for at least numerous more hours when I wake up. So, yeah, that was cute. I get it. I get it, girl.
We decided to stay up really late last night.
And maybe I'm just pissing on it. But for Christians, it's like, we stayed up really late. So it was like, I don't know, 11:30 maybe? Like right before midnight?
She's right. No true Christian would be up past midnight. That's when the devil comes out.
This has been the majority of our trip. Hanna doing her hair and makeup.
Oh, Hanna. It's Hanna, not Megan. Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
Oh. This is awkward. Yeah. Since the whole thing is really a bit where we have the same names as those people, and the other girl isn't actually named Megan, she's Hanna.
Are you serious? I have my own channel, you know. I'm not just sitting around waiting to do cameos on your precious show.
Excuse me, you also know people named Hanna.
At least two of us.
Look, do you really want your Paulogia debut to be in a video about lipstick and laundry advice?
Oh, definitely not.
Not very progressive.
He has a point.
Fine. But you better have us back for something better.
Deal.
For about 2 hours. And me being done and waiting for 2 hours.
I feel it though. Morgan's like, I put on a fucking beanie, I got a t-shirt on, I got some pants on, I got a t-shirt under my t-shirt on, my hair is down, I didn't really brush it all that much, but like, I'm ready to go and I still look fly as hell, like, I get it.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
We're on the same level, I think. I think I'm starting to like this chick.
We stayed at the Congress Plaza Hotel, which we found out after we had booked our hotel and been staying there for one night already. It apparently is known to be like one of the most haunted hotels in America or something,
One
but
of the most haunted hotels in America. Is someone keeping track of this? Do magazines put out lists of most haunted hotels of the year? What's that? Town and Country magazine does, and Architectural Digest does, and the Travel Channel, and Reader's Digest. Fine, forget I said anything.
Let's fucking go. I'm gonna go to wherever the fuck all the ghosts and shit are because I need to see them.
we just want to let you all know, no ghost activity while we were here because
Tell me, Morgan, why?
the anointing of Jesus is upon us.
Fuck! Of course it is. God damn it. You guys don't want to have any fun at all. No ghosts. I want some real ghosts.
And ain't no evil spirits gonna try and mess with us. Okay.
Oh, that sass, though. I mean, I feel it. I would not want to mess with that. Woo! Scary.
So Hanna spilled.
Oh, and look! In this bag, there's a carabiner that looks like it's a carabiner from 511, the S-beaner, which I have. But yeah, shout out to 511 for being hella cool and making it to where I can actually pull the zippers on a lot of my backpacks. Not sponsored, but I wish I was.
Hanna spilled lipstick all over her pants. Yeah, so now she's gonna get some Tide to go and use that. Sponsored by Tide. Just kidding.
I like how we made halfway the same joke within a span of a couple seconds. I fucking love Morgan. She's awesome.
So it says press the function still.
Note to self, be sure to read the directions on the Tide pen so that you make sure you're doing things correctly.
And oh, that's too much.
As with all good things, one must first dab and then stroke.
Where are we, Hanna?
You're at the Wildberry Pancakes and Cafe.
Oh my god, I can't read that. Wildberry Pancakes and Cafe, which looks like they have a lot of things that are really blurry that I can't see. But it's like eggs and it's breakfast food. It's breakfast! Dude, those pancakes look raw, bro. Holy shit. I wouldn't even eat that. I would just like admire it because I looking at that actually makes me want to puke because it's like so much food, but ooh, them sausages in the background looking real tasty though. And then those banana pancakes! Hannah's pancakes! Oh my god! That looks so good. I'm gonna have to put this like on a list. Wild berry pancakes and whatever she said. Cafe. I wonder if Chicago actually has like these big malls like San Francisco still does, but like
San Francisco doesn't have real malls. The Bay Area is mostly those outdoor numbers. If you want real malls, you have to go to the Midwest.
where I'm at in the Sacramento area, I mean, we have Arden Fair Mall, but that to me is not really like a mall. I'm talking about this shit where you got like 3 sets of escalators going up and shop, like it's like a video game mall.
Yeah, like the Mall of America or West Edmonton Mall. Those are Midwest malls. I've been to Chicago at least 6 times, but I've never left O'Hare Airport. But yeah, I'm sure Chicago has the good malls.
But yeah, it looks cool.
I don't know why, but somehow Hannah ended up with all the bags, basically.
I don't know what happened, but I was like, hey, can you hold this? And like, I walked away and she was still holding it. I was like, this is crazy. Like, you have to follow me. Like, I don't get it. Like, weird.
She's getting a workout.
Morgan is actually evil, and that makes me so hot.
We're headed into our last Uber to the airport to leave Chicago.
My leave Chicago moments were awful because Chicago is awesome. But I do applaud them for reading their safety cards, or at least pretending to. I hope she's not mocking the guy next to her for reading the safety card, because that would make me very angry. Because I do think it's important to understand what to do in an emergency. I'm not joking.
One of my favorite parts was riding in the Ubers and just like getting to sit and like look at all the stuff passing us by.
My favorite part about Chicago was obviously seeing it snow. I flip out about the snow because I'm from California. Like, I have never seen it snow until a few years ago. Like, the first time I ever saw it snow was in 2011 when I went to Montana for the first time. And we were on, like, a beach or something, like a lake, rather. There's no beach, but it's a lake beach. And I starting to snow, and I just was, like, throwing myself around, like, running around like I was just crazy. And, like, of course, I know that anybody who actually lives in the snow hates the snow, like, vehemently hates it. Like, you want to kill it. If you could, you would murder its family and, like, bury it in a shallow grave. But for me, I'm very, like, into the cold and shitty weather. I really like it because there's just nothing better. Like the quiet, the calm, and just seeing it snow is just magical. Like, if you've never seen it snow, highly recommended. Go somewhere where it's like snowing and not like, I don't know, do you call it like a downpour of snow? Like a flurry of a torrential snowfall.
You mean a blizzard?
But like that soft shit that like you see in the movies. When it snows like that, it looks exactly like how it does in the movies. It's so fucking cool. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent because thinking about it makes me so excited because that was literally like my number one, like tier 1 memory. But I am a simple woman and things like that make me very happy.
Alright, comment if you are a procrastinator or if you're more like Morgan and always on time and ready.
Same, girl, same. I'm Morgan and a procrastinator. How many of y'all can say that shit, man? That's pretty cool.
Woo, woo, woo! Alright.
Woo, woo, woo! Oh, so we're into the second part now, which is like inexplicably off screen for me. So it says now to let a guy down gently. So, pro tip, make your shit fit. Format it to fit within the screen.
How to let a guy down gently, ladies.
Or gentlemen.
If you need to demonstrate examples, I'm just in the other room and I am available.
Thank you.
So we got together today specifically to go through a Paul and Morgan video. You picked one where Paul is barely even in it?
That's just the way that it's gonna go. It's the way it's gonna go for now.
Do I even need to be here?
I'm not entirely sure. How to let a guy down.
Yeah, so you're a sweet gal, but you're like, this guy is not getting the hint, but like, I don't want to be a jerk, but also I need him to leave me the heck alone.
I never really understood this because I don't know. I'm not like a heartbreaker, you know? I think everybody goes through the situation where somebody's into you that you're not into, like, at all. And the only time that it's ever like a problem with communication is if you actually do something with them to, and I don't mean like lead them on or do whatever, because I feel like a lot of that is ambiguous anyway, because people don't know how to communicate. That's just, I mean, I don't know how to communicate. I'm horrible at relationships. I've never actually like been in a relationship even, which makes me more than qualified to talk about what it's like to be in a relationship because coaches don't play. But there shouldn't be ambiguity in your decline of services or interest, as it were. I mean, I feel like just saying that you're not interested should be enough. From my personal perspective, I have had to do that with a few individuals, and I'm friends with a lot of guys, like I always have been. So obviously something like this was going to come up eventually, just out of the blue or not. And I've only really had maybe 2 people not listen to that kind of stark, like, hey, can you leave me alone? Can you not talk to me? And this was like after incessant, like, solicitation of, pics and like all this other stuff that I didn't want that continued coming my way. And I said, hey, this isn't cool. In regards to guys that I know in real life, it's usually just, I'm not interested. Like, that should be the end of it. Morgan knows more than me. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe it's just a guy who's reached out and been like, hey, want to go get coffee? And it's like the first time you guys have ever really like talked like that, and he's asking you out on a date, and you're just like, what do I do?
Is going out for coffee a date? Because I've done that with many a man and women, like, is like a normal thing. I know that a lot of people can insinuate that maybe there's some salacious intent when somebody wants to go do something with you.
Not necessarily salacious. How about we say amorous?
I have never thought of it that way. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not Mike Pence. Like, I can go have dinner with a guy and not want to, like, fuck him after. And he can pay for it, and I don't want to fuck him after. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. So, but I get that some people can maybe misconstrue or not communicate effectively and misinterpret that as being like, let's go on a date. Like, I go out to coffee and dinner with guys all the time that I don't have any intention of getting involved with. I feel like that's normal, right? Let us know down in the comments below.
So, just met you, or we've known each other for a decent amount of time, but you're asking me for the first time ever, like, you're asking me on a date.
Like, it's not gonna happen. I'm not interested in this guy. I'm not even,
yes.
I'm not even open to it. Like, correct. It's a no-go.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do that. Like, if you don't want to have coffee with somebody for whatever reason, that is totally within your prerogative. If you don't want to go out to dinner with somebody, that's your prerogative. Like, you don't, whether you're single or you're in a relationship or whatever your situation is, you should be able to just state your piece about what it is that you want and communicate that effectively and realize that nobody owes you anything.
Hey, Morgan, what about me and you getting some coffee tomorrow?
Wow, hello, Abe.
Abe? Hello, Abe. Could you imagine? That would be cool if I knew a guy named Abe. I'd take you out to coffee, Abe. Where are all the Abes at?
Well, I'm Abraham J. Simpson. Care to tip the rest with me?
Abe, thank you so much for asking me on a date.
What? What? Coffee is not a date.
Coffee can be a date.
I mean, coffee can be a date. I'm sorry. That was ridiculous. And then I start to realize that the reason she's saying that is because, they're Christians. So anytime a boy asks a girl to go do something, it's a fucking date, Like, you're trying to get in her pants and you're trying to marry her forever and have children and be monogamous for the rest of your life, no matter what. You can never get divorced because if you do, you go to hell. So, I mean, I get it, but like, if people asking me to coffee was a date, I'm like a pro at dates, bro. Because like, I go to coffee all the time. Going to coffee is a date. Going to coffee can be a date. It's very romantic. It's very personal, but I mean, only if you make it like that. Otherwise, you're just getting coffee and talking. Like, I don't know. I could do that with anybody, I feel. So. Abe.
But honestly, I don't want to lead you on. I'm not interested in you in that way.
Oh.
I appreciate you being bold, so keep being bold.
Oh my god, that escalated quickly. I feel like that's not letting a guy down gently. I would feel off. That actually like is making me feel bad. Like, dude, I'm just asking you to coffee. Like, I'm not even like trying to get in your pants. Like, I don't know.
No. Keep in mind that particularly for a guy who's a little shy or cautious, asking someone out for coffee may well be their way of attempting a pre-date. Either because they're legitimately wanting to get to know the person better before escalating, or as a way to check to see if there's chemistry because there aren't clear enough signals yet. Or maybe just as a way to avoid rejection if the other person doesn't see it the same way. Then they can just brush it off, pretend they didn't mean a date either. As we're discussing, communication in these areas can be unclear, and there might be every reason to consider that a guy asking for coffee could be at least hoping that it leads to something romantic. even if he will never admit it. Abe may very well have been taking what to him was a very bold and hopeful step. Just be aware of that possibility.
Ugh, my heart hurts. I feel bad. Oh, poor Abe.
Well, thanks, Morgan.
And then they shake hands, which is just the funniest thing in the world. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I do want more coffee now, though. I'm kind of like at the last of my third cup, so I should go make more, but why not hit somebody up and like ask a guy out on a date to go to coffee, right?
So you guys saw Morgan was nice, she was sweet, but she was direct. She didn't leave Abe with a thought of, oh, there's definitely still a chance. She let me know I'm not interested in you in that way.
I mean, yeah, she was direct in that, hey, and sometimes maybe you do have to be more direct.
As the male representatives here, I will absolutely agree with Paul on this. Men do not speak hint. However blatant you think you are being, the hopeful heart will latch on to the slightest hint of ambiguity.
More like 1 out of a million.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
It needs clarity, and clarity is the kindest option. The coffee asker has already built in a potential rejection buffer. So, give him a straight no thank you if you're not interested in even a friendship. Or an I'm not looking to date, but if it's just to hang out, then I'd love to go for coffee if you do want to go. This will set expectations accordingly, even if it makes a moment of awkward. It's the kindest option.
I don't know. I know that all of this stuff is like a little more complex than I'm making it out to be. And I'm obviously just going off my own personal experiences and having a lot of different relationships with different people and different genders of people.
Right, because so many girls are going to be like, well, I'll just say, oh, sorry, I'm busy tomorrow. Well, then the guy's going to be like, oh, okay, so she said she's busy, so I'll just ask her again next week and see if she's free.
The more vague you are, the more chance he's going to keep working on you to try to get that date. And kudos to him.
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree with that 100%. But it's not anybody's fault if you're vague. Like, some people just don't know how to communicate, and that's okay, We have to learn how to do that. I think that the way that they went about it was a little awkward, but yeah, I mean, the main thing is to definitely just be direct in your intentions and what you want to and what you don't want to do. Ambiguity is the enemy, but it's what we do to try and be nice when, in fact, the nicer thing is to just be direct and maybe not so gentle.
Well, honestly, I just feel like our personalities don't connect well, or I just feel like spiritually we're not in the same place and that's just not going to work right now, or to say, the way you lead, I just don't think that I could submit to that type of leadership. Like,
what in the goddamn? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say other than, regardless of what type of relationship you're in, your relationship is a partnership, and that you are both on the same page with what you want out of that relationship, out of one another. Yeah. Pro tip.
Just be honest. If they ask why, say, do you want me to be honest?
Yeah, and I like that you said that, because I think there's a place. You don't need to feel like you just are going to be so honest that you crush the guy. And if he doesn't ask why, then don't feel like you have to deliver that hurtful blow. But if he's asking why, then that gives you permission to go ahead and lay it out there, the reasons. So I think that's appropriate.
When I agreed to this, I never expected to say it, but I'm in 100% agreement with Paul here. No need to be hurtful out of the blue, but if the guy presses for follow-up, it's actually much kinder to him to be as honest as you can, because this will at least give him a fighting chance of being better the next time he has a date. If he needed a breath mint, it's embarrassing, but it's good information for next time. It's tricky if it's some attribute he can't change, but kindly delivered, brutally honest feedback is once again the best option for him in the long run. Even though in the moment you'll have to witness that initial sting, but you might be the person who sets him up for his future happiness.
And getting let down sucks, no matter who you are. The best thing that we can do is just try to move on from it when it does happen. There's never going to be a gentle way to tell somebody that you don't like them in the way that they like you. And it sucks when you're on the receiving end of that, because you always wonder what you could have done differently and that sort of thing. And, it can be paralyzing, but it's important to just try to understand that people don't owe us things and that, we do deserve happiness in the end. So that's going to be it for the Paul and Morgan show, the very first one that I did with this vlog and how to let a guy down gently. I hope I imparted some pretty fun and useful information to everybody for as much as I could. Shout out for everybody that I know and love that I appreciate supporting Paul and I in our mischievous endeavors. I hope you had fun. So you can follow me on Twitter, primarily at Indigo Gentleman. I'm pretty active on Twitter. I prefer it over Facebook, and I really enjoy talking to you guys about creationism and stuff. And also, if you're a fan of Magic the Gathering, I talk Magic all the time. Speaking of magic, shout out to Jason Alt from the Brainstorm Brewery podcast and all the rest of the guys, Corbin and DJ at Brainstorm Brewery, one of the best magic finance podcasts. And then shout out to everybody on Paul's Patreon and everybody who knows and loves me. If you are in the Sacramento area in California, hit me up and let's go get coffee in a platonic way. I will also be at Magic Fest Reno at the end of the month from the 28th to the 29th. So if you want to talk about Jesus and or Magic the Gathering, that's going to be the best place to do it. So again, thanks everybody for supporting the channel. And I will see you next time for another Paul and Morgan video.
We'll see.
And also an Answers News video.
Definitely. Until next time, later.